I'm here with. I really want to check that I have this on a certain Wi-Fi network. Which is a good thing I did because I had so many windows up. Anyway, yes, we're here to go and explore the energy of who is watching you. Oh, I just noticed I have this thing stuck to my nail. I guess I'll figure out how to get it off later. Anyway, yes, there's many different things watching us. We have people watching us, some who may know us very well, some who may have connections to us through blood, but they don't know us. Well, they know us barely as strangers. There could be strangers who are curious about you, and those people could simply have an overlap of a routine or some sort of benign connection to you. You could be watched by people who you work with. You could be watched by cameras. So many different things where some people make it their business to watch you, whether they're getting paid to or not. And the purpose of these readings is to see who is watching you in your energy that's so strong that it comes out here. I invite you with these readings not to think only of your sun sign. And if you identify, of course, or people identify you with your rising sign, thank you for the like. I invite you to especially think about the places of secrets, as these are readings exploring the hidden and the secretive. I invite you to think about your moon sign. And if you know it, your 12th house and 8th house signs. So let's go and begin. Let's go and see who is watching you. I think what we'll start with first, I feel like almost starting with either fire or water. It's funny, I had a 4 of Wands come up and I have an Ace of Cups underneath of there. Let's do water, and then we'll do fire, and then we'll do the other 2 elements, earth and air. Since we started off with an Ace of Cups, we'll start off with Cancer. Who is watching Cancer? He says that was loud. Apologies for that, my hand slipped. One could say that was a sign. Oh, we'll just see what message comes up. Who? Jesus, that was loud. Who is watching Cancer? So Cancer, sun, moon, rising, 8th house, 12th house. Who is watching Cancer? I have 6 of Pentacles, Cancer. 6 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy, 5 of Swords. Deliberation and poise. Poise to move. Let's see if she wants to be our little card easel. Says, I am a noble cat, not your card easel. Well, she's helping in the moving. Psychic moving. Okay, so I have 5 of Swords, Hangman, Tower. Deliberating about how drastic a step to take, how drastic past action has been. Drastic plans are definitely here. Big changes are definitely mulled over to what kind of outcome I have here with 6 of Pentacles. Thank you for the like. Seems like most of this is going on behind your back, all this deliberation about you feels a little crowded. Doesn't feel quite like one person's planning, but somebody is definitely thinking about you, planning about you, possibly with that 5 of Swords. We'll find out more, talking about you without your knowledge. So anyway, Cancer, we have 6 of Pentacles. That 6 of Pentacles is accompanied by an upside down 7 of Cups. Deliberation has been made. It's not like there's a whole bunch of avenues or a whole bunch of outcomes to consider. Suddenly, it's been narrowed down to a very precise plan of action. Okay, so one more. King of Swords. King of Swords. Well, we already spoke about deliberating a plan of action. Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like how much juice can they squeeze from a situation that perhaps, Cancer, you don't feel like giving anything up. Someone's holding on in this energy. Someone's trying to hold on, Cancer, to the remnants of a connection shared with you. Someone's trying to leave a door open, a pathway unblocked to you, Cancer. Of course, Ace of Cups is Cancerian energy. If I was to start saying elements, well, we do have 6 of Pentacles, Capricorn, Scorpio. No, excuse me, not Capricorn. Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini. I have some cards here that are upside down. Of course, I don't like that. All that energy. A skewed offer. All right, Cancer, the person who's watching you is someone who you don't really care for much. You don't care much for this person, Cancer, and for good reason, I'm going to say. And also, too, the person who's watching you knows that there is no good reason why you should open up the doors again to them. But, Cancer, there's more juice to be squeezed from you. According to this person's thinking, Cancer, you are very rich and abundant. Rich and abundant enough for them, which I say, too rich and abundant, Cancer, for them to just turn a blind eye on you and not look upon you like an asset. With some life to it. So I can say Cancer. Cancer, the person who's watching you is someone who you'd like to go and shut the door to. Maybe you already have shut the door to them. And maybe Cancer, this person feels like they have something that you'd like. Very calculating energy, to say the least. Very stubborn energy, to say the least. Someone's trying to work around an impasse with you. And it's ultimately because you're too valuable an asset or have too far valuable skills to turn a blind eye to. That's who's watching Cancer. Cancer, let me see, do I have any more reversed cards? Well, I guess we'll just find out. Cancer, let's go and see, let's go on to the next sign. Let's go on to Scorpio. Who's watching Scorpio? Who's watching Scorpio that Scorpio should be aware of? All right, Scorpio, who have you blocked out as well? Or perhaps Scorpio, the person who's watching you is someone who you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you purposely been avoiding that person, Scorpio, but that person should be pretty hot on your mind. And I would say, Scorpio, it's probably mutual. You could probably feel it. Someone, a specific person, is working their way towards you. Because you have somebody hot on your trail, Scorpio. This person and this energy, well, you're definitely known to this person, Scorpio, because they've been working their way incrementally towards you, trying to present themselves in the best light. Let's find out more, Scorpio. So I fold these cards back in. Who's watching you, Scorpio? That's giving no indication that they are, but who is on your mind, Scorpio. I do think in this energy, you feel this person. You should feel this person, because this person is pretty loud and obvious on the energetic plane. High Priestess, Emperor, Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy, the Star, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of, well, someone's prepared to move. Scorpio, the person who's watching you has been waiting for the right chance for themselves to appear. And now, I would dare say, Scorpio, the person who's watching you is ready to appear. Signs, well, you have a whole bunch of signs here. We had Cancer, we had Aquarius. Here we have Libra, Pisces, Aries, and Capricorn. If I was going to say signs, though, as well, I kind of feel like, it's strangely aggressive energy, Scorpio. And then at beginning of the deck pull, we had, what did we have? We had Leo, Aquarius, and Aries. Anyway, somebody's quite loud and obvious. If I was going to say sign placements, I'm going to say places like Mercury and Mars and Pluto, actually. more than other places, maybe rising to and how they're perceived. Scorpio, there's a person who's watching you. This person has given no indication of what they're about to do. They're about to come forward. They're about to make themselves known to you. They've been sticking to the sidelines, Scorpio. And Scorpio, they made a decision about you a long time ago. And now they're just waiting for the chance. Scorpio, the reason why you haven't heard or seen much of this person is precisely because, Scorpio, well, they had preparation to do. They also probably, too, Scorpio, with that Chariot and Star, bottom of the deck energy, they had to get their priorities in order, and then they had to have the confidence, Scorpio, to move on it. This person now has the confidence to move on it, Scorpio, but the timing, they're waiting for the right timing. And that's what we have, Scorpio. The person who's watching you has a declaration to make. The person's going to make themselves very obvious to you, but just not yet. Scorpio, this person is, as I said, just out of your, not a focal point around you, but they are around the sidelines of your vision, the sidelines of you. And Scorpio, one clear indication of who this person would be is that this person, because I don't feel this is entirely a stranger, on some level, even if it's visually, you might have heard something about it. This person could have caught your eye. This person, Scorpio, has incrementally been improving themselves. This person has incrementally been bettering themselves, incrementally been bettering themselves. And I would say that's how you can go and recognize who this person is. Someone who's been able to go around with more and more confidence, more and more ease, behave in a smoother manner, because that's what they've been building themselves up with. Oops, she says, you spilled cards on me. Yes, little girl, it was a mistake. Mistake, little kitty. She says, but I'm tattooing. Anyway, Scorpio, that's who's watching you. So let's go on to the next water sign. We'll go on to Pisces. Hello. And thank you for the like. We'll go on to Pisces. Who's watching Pisces? Are you waking me up, maybe? Are you going to get up? Okay. Let's go and see Pisces. Of course, that's Pisces sun, moon. He says, oh, I'm going to check out what this plant is. No, actually, I do think a Fittonia is. He says he's not going to munch my plant. Well, you're a good girl, aren't you, for doing that? She says, yes. I'm not going to munch the plant. But that means we also lost our cat easel. We got that now. All right. Pisces, right? We're on Pisces. We did Scorpio, we did Cancer, Pisces. Let's go and see who is watching Pisces. Is someone an authority figure, Pisces? Of course, Hangman wants to poke out there. Okay, you have some sort of regulatory oversight watching you, Pisces. I don't know, Pisces, if this is a boss. I don't know if this is a lawyer. And I say it specifically with the Hierophant, Magician, and Devil energy here, with, of course, Hangman, which is Piscean energy here. But Pisces, you have some regulatory overseer watching you, making decisions about you, waiting to make decisions about you. One would almost say with justice here, we have a decision already made. And all of this arcana, major arcana cards. Is this you going through bureaucracy? I don't quite think so, Pisces, because the question is who's watching you? And what I have here, Pisces, is someone who's watching you, who's quite entrenched in the system, someone who creates red tape. Measuring your value and your worth. Someone who feels there's a lot more to you than meets the eye, and likewise, Pisces, there's a lot more to them than what meets the eye. I'm going to fold all these back, Pisces, and we'll find out more. So, justice. Who's watching Pisces with justice? Well, 10 of Wands with 4 of Wands, that's watching you pull stuff together, watching you manage your responsibilities and your life. Someone's watching how you live, how you accumulate wealth, or where you're getting your wealth from. Pisces, someone is watching you of how you are structuring your lifestyle. I almost want to say, too, where your money is coming from. You're watching how you live life and how you gain wealth and stability. Of course, the High Priestess there. Piscean energy. Trying to put all the puzzle pieces together. Pisces. His energy definitely is a regulatory one. Maybe this could be, as I said, it could be a boss. It could be a lawyer. It's someone definitely entrenched with a bureaucratic system. Someone that would prefer to have or operates in literally a black-white dichotomy, not so much gray zones and not so much an entrepreneurial vibe. And they're definitely noting, Pisces, how you gather wealth, how you accumulate wealth and stability. Also, to a Pisces in this energy, there's also the element here of how you project yourself and your leadership. Something about your leadership, your skills. You know what adds value, or what value you bring to the table, and how that, how you use that for for life, for money, for keeping the roof over your head, things of that nature. Anyway, the bottom of the deck energy was quite intense, with Justice, Magician, Devil. And there was one other one. It just slips my mind. What was it? It was Magician, Magician, Devil, and something else. You can take it back. But that energy was quite, and Hierophant. Yes. Can't forget that. All that energy was really intense with bottom of the deck. Under all those three, Hangman. So know that, Pisces, someone is calculating your worth. Someone is also monitoring how you build wealth, also to how do you progress onto the next stage with your natural talents and the tools that are available to you in the environment that you're in. This person is not a friend of Pisces. This person, if they're family, the only way they could be family is if they work in a regulatory environment. So I would say also banking, government, law. I'm not even getting health. I think in those sorts of areas, if it's a family member, and the energy here changed from how you're pulling things together, how you're staying afloat, how you're building success for yourself, how you're putting things together. That's who's watching you. And they're watching you quite intently. All right, we'll go on to the next sign. Said we'll do fire, right? So let's do Aries. So of course that's Aries Sun. Aries, all my cards are slipping. Aries Moon. Aries Rising, Aries 12th and 8th house. What do I have for Aries? Who is watching? Aries. Ace of Wands is Aries energy. Bottom of the deck energy, 5 of Swords, King of Cups, Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. Sharp words, sharp actions, Aries. Also, too, emotions are running high. Emotions could be running high because there is connections there when perhaps logically it doesn't make sense for them to be there, but they're there. Emotions are running high. Someone who triggers your emotions, you trigger their emotions. And also, too, there's an element here of being blocked. But of course, Ace of Wands is Aries energy. Whatever blockage is there, as I said, emotions are running high. 5 of Swords. The emotionality is so high, they're going to go and push through. So what's this Ace of Wands for Aries? Both Three of Swords and Four of Swords is Libra energy. So, Aries, if I was going to read these cards traditionally, I would say that the person who is watching you is someone who has been separated from you under not the best circumstances. Energies I have here, well, I have Libra, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Cancer. Someone definitely has you you're definitely on someone's mind. And if you have not split with this person directly, Aries, and as I said in the traditional reading of this, I could say that someone who has either had their heart broken by, my cards are so slippery. Let's see. Someone who either had their heart broken in the connection with you, working their way towards you, waiting for the chance. That person is actually on their way towards you. That's one interpretation that I have here and that I can share with the collective. Another interpretation that I have here is just simply Aries, someone with a broken heart, has been heads down in their own business. And while they've been heads down in their own business, they've been noticing you and coming closer. Aries, if this isn't a person who you know, this is a person who just started watching you recently. As I said, a person who you know, who you had that heartbreak with. Because the energy here is fast. If this isn't someone who has, if you don't have this Three of Swords history with them, Three of Swords history is definitely in their energy, whether it's because of you or just prior to you. The energy that I have here is relatively new in movement, new in focus, and fast. Despite the fact that we have Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Wands, with both of which are referred to duration of time, but that time has already been passed. That time has already been spent. This timing here is past tense, Aries. The waiting has already been done. The working, improvement, mourning, and I don't even want to say anticipation, because Nine of Wands in this energy is an anticipation. It's not even preparation. All this sluggish energy has already been worked through, and now it's just go time. And if this person has been watching you, Aries, if this is someone who you don't know, someone who you didn't have this Three of Swords energy with, Aries, this is someone who's approached you really recently or watched you really recently. I do feel like they've had, again, they should be in your vision. But this person has been in your vision recently. In the summer, maybe. Not months. Not as long as months. But I could say 6 weeks or so. This is, or shorter. 6 weeks, 3 weeks. And this person is coming ever closer. This is someone who will talk to you, the person who's watching you, and how they're watching you is actually quite benign energy. More than per se watching you, I feel like they see you in a physical sense, not stalking or anything of that nature, not gossiping or anything of that nature either, Aries. In this energy, this person sees you in real life with their eyeballs, in the real world. And to Aries, this person is going to speak to you, most likely in the real world. No letters or messages for you, very direct energy. And as I said, I feel this gear is more towards new energy. As I said, this person would have popped up recently. Someone who's caught your eye recently. And this person, Aries, will be making themselves more and more known to the person who's watching you. Let's go into Sagittarius. So I don't need to go and say all the placements for Sagittarius, right? It's a Sagittarius collective. Sagittarius, who's watching you? Judgment. This is painful energy. Someone's been cutting a lot of things out, Sagittarius. Someone's been moving towards the healthy. Someone's been saying, okay, I need to pull things together. I need to do better. They made some painful choices. I would say, too, probably in this energy as well, Sagittarius, they've made painful choices to cut certain things out, but it wasn't easy for them to do so, Sagittarius. But something caught up with them, Sagittarius, and they themselves realized they had to go and start making healthy choices, healthy movements, and they had to start doing things that were more sustainable, more in line for the sort of life that they hope to lead. They couldn't accept toxic behavior or toxic trends with their own eyes knowingly. That's the energy that I have here, Sagittarius. This person who's watching you. So judgment. A reversed death. With the King of Pentacles is someone who knows that they should make change, but they're reluctant to give up what either they have or what they learned or what they earned. Something about here, something was profitable, Sagittarius, to this person. They don't want to give up some meaningful parts. So hence, things have been slower for them. Now, it's the saying King of Pentacles energy. That's fine with this person because, well, they glean value from it. Sagittarius, I have Scorpio energy, I have Aquarius energy. I read my Knight of Wands actually as Sagittarius energy. And I have 2 kings. So first of all, I have active energy. Sagittarius, I have a past person who's watching you. I would say Sagittarius is past person that I have that's watching you. Well, I say past person, but it's who's known to you. I wonder how truly past this person is with a 6 of Swords here, a King of Pentacles with a Death card, and a King of Wands. Someone wants another chance with you, Sagittarius. I say I doubt using the word past because this person is probably talking to you or talks to you on more than just infrequent occasion. This person is up on your life in some way. I do feel like this person communicates with you. I feel like this person is actively in your circle, Sagittarius, in some way. Sagittarius, I also feel like in this energy, somebody could be, this person to Sagittarius could be presenting themselves as better, maybe even, well, better, good, great. They could be trying to present themselves, Sagittarius, as a changed person or a person who's changing for the better, a person who's made significant changes in becoming better. But I feel like it's not 100% there. This person is changing, Sagittarius. They're changing, though, for you. It feels like Sagittarius, you know, I've been recently watching some cable TV shows, including the cupcake thing and then the cake thing, you know. And I feel like if I was going to use one of those analogies, Sagittarius, this is like having a chocolate cake and you go and put frosting on it and you call it a carrot cake because it has carrots drawn all over it, but it's still a chocolate cake, not a carrot cake. An ostrich cannot become a falcon just because the ostrich declares itself to be a falcon. It still is what, a 300-pound, 600-pound bird? Right. Yeah, that kind of energy. Sagittarius, I would just go and say in this energy, this person is not very subtle. This person definitely wants to stay in your energy. This person is determined to stay in this energy. This person is attempting to go and heal and do the right thing, Sagittarius, and they're going to present themselves as a lot further along than they are for you. This person is not only watching you, this person is actively in your energy, and I'd say they're lobbying their case to you. Don't want you to forget about them. Don't want you, Sagittarius, to ignore them, overlook them, move past them. The ties are quite strong there, Sagittarius, of that person who's watching you. The only thing I could say is that that person knows, Sagittarius, what they should do. And they also, I think, know how to do it. But knowing what you should do and actually doing it. Of course, those are different things. Actions and thoughts are 2 different things. And this person is caught up in the determination of the knowing and the feeling as opposed to getting caught up in the actions of what they should do for that real change. The person is going to present themselves as a carrot cake when they're a chocolate cake. Leo, Page of Wands, Leo, 10 of Swords. Leo, is there someone also too who you have been, well, this is seesawing action. Pages are wonderful energies to initiate the new. And look at it, sandwiched between 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, no less, Leo. Is there someone who you've been seesawing between, Leo? Someone who you've known for long enough, Leo? Someone who you've ended things with, Leo, and you've come back. Leo, and the energy that I have here may not necessarily constitute a romantic connection here, but this person definitely knows how you live life. Could be a friend. Could be family, could be a romantic person. This is someone who's been over to your house, Leo. It's someone who's seen how you live, someone who knows how you live. Maybe Leo too, you know how this person lives. It's the energy that I have here. This person knows how you live life or how you lived life quite well. They know, or they've seen you eat dinner, Leo. They've seen you take food with a fork and take food with a spoon at the same table. And Leo, I'm going to say this person knows as well the right things to say to get you to listen. The right things to say, Leo, to get you to believe. And probably too, Leo, if you cut out all of the whatever kind of history you have with this person, I'm going to say if you cut that out and if you just looked at the person themselves, you'd probably find qualities about them still that you like. There's something about this person and something about either their tenacity or how they present themselves to you, Leo. They know how to appeal to you. That's the person who's watching you. And this person, Leo, I feel like you've been giving this person chances over a very long period of time. And either, Leo, there was something they were supposed to produce in which they could not. Or, Leo, their actions were just far too little for you to continue with. Anyway, Leo, this person is back. This person is watching you. This person is watching you, preparing for, I don't know, the third chapter of your story together. This person is going to pop up, Leo, like a Diglett in Pokemon. Right up the ground, a whack-a-mole. Four of Cups. Part of me feels like this is tough skin. Maybe it's not quite tough skin, Leo. But this person is definitely highlighting some things and letting a bunch of other things, Leo, fall back into the recesses of what doesn't need to be paid attention to. And Leo, I'm going to say too, you're doing better than this person is. Not saying you're doing great, but you are definitely maintaining balance a lot better than this person is. This person is going to ask for you to share some of your gold dust on them. Could be approaching you as well, Leo, for your contacts. Could be. Leo, the person who's watching you is somebody who you know quite well. You've been going on and off with them for a while. Could be a friend, could be a relative, could be a co-worker turned friend. Either way, you've eaten with this person before, and this person could have been at your house or vice versa. This person, as I said, has some intimate knowledge of you and how you live life or live life at a certain time period. Either this person has been going back and forth, or as I said, this person has had a period of closeness, and while maybe been no separation, there's just definitely been friction, chilliness, something, a strained relationship, whether that includes contact or no contact. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is that I do feel like you cut this person off. Something about what they said was the red line. And this person is going to have a selective memory, or has a selective memory, as they are utilizing everything at their disposal of what they know about you and what they know about you. This person will come back. They're going to come back for connections. I'm not going to say it's necessarily bad energy, but this person definitely eats away at you and doesn't really add much value to you. So that's the energy that I have here. And Leo, it is in your capacity, what the person wants for you to, I'm going to say, give without any detriment to you. And you may feel as well like this person has promise. This person does have traits of being a hard worker. As I said, this person has likable characteristics to you. You can see potential in them, but they miss the mark. Or they have missed the mark up to this point. They definitely see you as an aid to what they'd like to achieve. That's who's watching Leo. If I was saying signs, well, I have Pisces, Cancer, and Virgo, Leo. I had some other signs there too, but you can take the reading back and see the cards for yourself of what those signs were. So we did all the fire. We can do air or we can do earth. Guess we'll do earth. Let's do Capricorn. Oops. Of course, you don't need me to say all the placements, but we'll just say Capricorn Collective. My cards are so slippery. So, Capricorn. Who's watching Capricorn? Capricorn, who I have for you. An independent person, Capricorn. It's a little odd in this energy, Capricorn. One would think in this energy, you would be watching them as opposed to them watching you. This is very independent energy. Very standoffish energy too. Not really someone to go and stop and examine. Not even for an opportunity they see here, I would say, but all three. Someone who's turned back. Somebody here is definitely doing their own thing and is quite independent here, Capricorn. And in that independence, has caused someone to turn back, to look back, to take a second look. Maybe that's the right word. Rather than look back, take a second look. Oops, more cards falling down. But the energy is very erratic. And the energy also has a tendency, Capricorn, with those cards to be distracted. Seven of Swords. So far I have Virgo, I have Aquarius, I have Pisces, and I have some Aries. Capricorn, the person who's watching you has always been interested in you. This person has always been interested in you. This person dealt with you a period of time ago. How long ago has that been? Well, that's up to Pacific's Capricorn. But this person knows your name. Has this person initiated anything more than that? I'd say there's kind of in flux here with Star, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. If they did start anything with you, Capricorn, there was plenty more that they could have gone and initiated. You know, it's like they only went so far and they could have gone much farther or much further. And this person has a tendency to become distracted. Maybe too many things arise on their plate, Capricorn, in whatever they've been doing, for them to keep avenues of communication open. But I feel this person definitely is very distracted, still has distracted energy. And this is someone who definitely showed interest a period of time ago, Capricorn. And of course, strongest energy here is actually Aquarius, I'm going to say. Then Virgo and Pisces with some Aries. But this person's interest, I don't really think that interest necessarily flaked off, but I do think other things came up. And probably too, Capricorn, you could tell that you were not the primary focus of what this person wanted. I'd also say too, in this energy, Capricorn, they could have pulled back their energy to see how or if you chase. This person was very interested in you, is very interested in you, Capricorn. This person pulled back to see what you would do, how you would behave. And it feels like since they pulled back, you just did your thing. Definitely didn't show the sort of action that they wanted. So I have very independent here overall. It's been kind of a test of odds, but this person follows up on you. And this person says, gameplay, Capricorn, is still not over. This person is not communicating with you, though. And if this person does communicate with you or has communicated with you, last communication would have been sporadic, brief. Could be a text message, could just be a wave and a quick hello and going off to something else. Anyway, this person is game playing. The person who's watching you, biding their time. And definitely energy is very, very distracted. Watching you in the midst of a whole bunch of other things that they have on their plate. And I'm going to say they are not willing to approach and not willing to let go. They don't have you in the freezer. It's like, this is who I'm going to contact later. They're not sure. Such whimsical energy, Capricorn. Anyway, let's go on to the next Earth sign. We'll do Taurus. So, of course, Taurus, Sun, Moon, 8th house, 12th house. If you feel it, Taurus rising. Who's watching Taurus? Of course, 5 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. I almost want to say in this energy, Taurus, someone's watching you. Either they've been humbled, Taurus, or they like to see how you've been humbled or how you are thriving, how you are succeeding. Someone has definitely been humbled and not liking it. And someone is also evaluating as well how happy, how well, how capable are you living life. Now, you could be living life quite well and they could be quite in the doldrums, or they could be seeing how well you get along on your own 2 feet, on your own chapter, independently. We'll find out more. 9 of Pentacles for Taurus. We have the World. Taurus, a person who's watching you can't enter your world. Getting the key, getting access to you, Taurus, is not easy. Finding out about you is not easy. Taurus, a person who's watching you, is someone who finds out about you through others. Quite a wall, quite a gap exists between you and this person utilizes enough resources, Taurus, to find out about you. I'm going to say atypical means to find out about you too. They go behind your back, Taurus. They know, Taurus, who you know. They can't access you directly. They can't even find out any information about you directly, but they go through people, Taurus. And also, too, Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, Eight of Swords. They go about finding this in very atypical methods. Maybe people who you wouldn't expect, Taurus, methods you wouldn't expect this person is utilizing. Taurus, with that 10 of Wands energy, 10 of Pentacles energy. I'm not going to say that person is family or knows how you live, but Taurus, that person has, because it could be, but it could also be more than that. Taurus, this person has a very vested interest in how you live life. What kind of success have you achieved up to now? And what kind of success you'll continue to obtain? That is the primary focus, I feel, more than, as I said, whether this person is family or so forth, close to your household. It's not so much that this person is measuring your success and your future path. And this person has quite an extensive network. This person has more than one contact, one mutual contact in your circle. And let me say too, with Five of Wands, Eight of Swords energy here, Taurus, this person doesn't need a direct link to you, first degree separation to you, to find out about you. It can be a friend of a friend, a friend of a friend of a friend. But definitely they have connections to the people who are closest to you, to find out about you, what you're doing, keep tabs on you. And they're doing it all right now. As I said, to see and measure your success. They're watching how you operate, Taurus. And they're finding out about how you've handled yourself prior. Let's go on to Virgo. Give a second, Virgo. All these energies are kind of intense. What do I have for Virgo? The Virgo Collective. I feel really dark green energy here, Virgo, and I want to go for it. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Someone's expecting you to move in a way that you haven't moved yet, Virgo. Maybe they provided a green light or avenues or suggestions to Virgo, in which they would expect you to move in a certain way, but you haven't. Has there been some sort of opportunity, Virgo, that's been presented to you and you did not take it? Or you've just been moving very cautiously on it, Virgo? And someone possibly with a lot of fire, possibly with some, well, I have Capricorn and Taurus placements here. Well, I wonder if you'd even know or have researched what their placements would be. This is not someone necessarily close to you enough, I would imagine, for you to be there like, hey, what's your sign? Could it be someone who is taking your interest? So Virgo, that you'd want to find out about their birth date? I don't know in this energy, because they provided an opening for you, Virgo, to pursue, and you have not acted as they have expected you to. So that tells me interest is not the same. Their interest is not the same as your interest. And they are going, why isn't Virgo doing X, Y, and Z? You're not going according to script, Virgo. So who's watching you? Has it been a while? Well, let's find out more. But I definitely know that you are not behaving as someone has thought. Someone provided an opening. And I feel like this person, oops, more cards falling out. This person just is waiting. Some more cards falling out. Those are just two, but I'm not going to take them. Okay, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, this person is either trying to force your hand or will not move anymore. No, they're trying to push. Actually, I take that back, trying to push. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This person is trying to push you into making a decision, making an action, perhaps joining. Well, they're trying to make you choose. Doesn't necessarily have to be love in this energy too, Virgo. This person, this could be simple peer pressure. Do you want to be accepted or not? Do you want to be part of the group? That's the person who's watching you, Virgo. Signs, well, I just folded that back. I kind of even forget the card that was right behind here. Bottom of the deck energy. Oh, it was Gemini, the lovers. Well, we had Cancer under here. I have Libra, Leo, and Capricorn. But at Virgo, what I have, no, am I doing Virgo? Yes, my attention got diverted, excuse me. Virgo, what I have here is peer pressure. Person who's watching you is trying to move you into forming alliances or to solidify alliances either with them or with a group of people or maybe even an idea. But they're definitely trying to corral you and push you, trying to also affect your independence of thought, of movement, and also to moving as a solo player. Anyway, that's what I have here, Virgo, of who's watching you. And they're waiting for when you will fall in line or when you will crack. Something between those two lines. They're definitely forcing lots of pressure here. And lots of anticipation. This person too, let me say in this energy too, Virgo. Definitely there's this in this energy. This person either could be applying pressure and then following up with you or seeing third-party sources of hearing reports of hearing how it's affecting you, or they could be asking you directly as a confidant. Like they could know about the pressure that's happening and just waiting and hearing your thoughts about how are you feeling about it, Are you recognizing it? Is it affecting you? This person could also be under the guise of a confidant, as a friend, as someone who you talk to, could be trying to pry that information on you. But either way, you have a lot of pressure to conform and to move in a certain way. That's who's watching you. Could be more than one person, but definitely one person is coming up as the vanguard. Definitely feel there's confidant energy in here. So Virgo, let me go and say in that energy too, if there's anyone who you're confiding in. Or maybe not even confiding in, but just simply, maybe you just see it as talking about what's obvious as anything to begin with. Anyway, someone wants to see how, if this is affecting you, the situation, and if so, how. Anyway, they're waiting for you to fold, waiting for you to conform, waiting for you to bend, waiting for you to be affected. And I feel like also too, trying, not just waiting for that, but also talking to you or having people come up to you or a person come up to you to hear how that's going. You're being worked over, Virgo, in that energy. I think we're on air. Let's do Aquarius. So, who's watching Aquarius? Aquarius, I have so many colors right now, I feel. I want to go with this color, Aquarius. An emotional toll. There's an effort here, Aquarius. It's one thing to acknowledge feelings, Aquarius. It's another thing to move on them. The person who's watching you, it's hard for them perhaps to say what they should say and move how they should move. But their heart is open and they acknowledge that. But their movements and words, what needs to be said and what needs to be done, is definitely delayed, if not chaotic. This person is not a smooth communicator, is not smooth with the movements that align with their heart, Aquarius. So that King of Cups. Two of Cups. The Star. And okay, Aquarius. A whole lot of emotionality here. Aquarius, the person who's watching you is fully aware of their feelings towards you. And very good feelings it is, Aquarius. I did see that Three of Swords poke out as a bottom of the deck energy. You can take it back, whether it was a bottom of the deck energy for the Star or Two of Cups. It doesn't really matter. All I know is that someone now has acknowledged their heart space is completely open to you. Of course, the Star is Aquarius energy. I read my King of Cups, by the way, as Pisces energy. My, Two of Cups is Cancerian. Page of Cups to me never really feels that specific in terms of signs. And Six of Wands is Leo. Looks like there's a Capricorn energy poking underneath. Nice, some more sixes. Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Aquarius, someone who you affected a while ago. It took them a while for them to acknowledge how they felt about you. There was a delay or a stunting or perhaps even an immaturity of their feelings, and their actions could not match how they felt. This person has extreme faith in your connection, even though it feels like there's no tangible points of connection, Aquarius. This person has faith. This person now has emotional maturity from knowing you and meeting you. This person has faith that you'll meet again, Aquarius. This person could even be arranging it, Aquarius, in this energy, bottom of the deck energy that I have here. Of course, Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. But I mean, there's planning, also too, wondering how to make things happen. The energies of 6-2 are that of relationships. They're a union card. They're a connection card. You have someone, Aquarius, who probably shares, maybe it's not mutual. I said maybe it's not mutual, could be mutual or mutually acknowledged. I have soulmate ties here. Definitely I have red threads, red faded threads. And you affected their heart chakra, Aquarius. And so they watch you. More than watching you, Aquarius, they feel you. And more than feeling you, Aquarius, they have faith in you. That's who's watching you. Needless to say, Aquarius, yes, that person loves you. And that person loves you with a selfless love that needs nothing in return. Let's go on to Libra. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, Libra 12th house, Libra 8th house, the Libra collective. Who's watching Libra? Hanged Man and Temperance. Time, Libra. Time and the courage, or perhaps time required time to take the right steps. Time to process everything and understand, Libra. This person has had an epiphany, Libra. This person who's watching you has matured, Libra. The person who's watching you, Libra, has changed. I feel though you've also changed and they recognize that. Maybe your changes have been more significant than theirs. You've become brighter, Libra. Of course, that's almost a misnomer for me because Libra energy, by its very definition to me, whenever I pull in Libra energy, is always very bright, very sparkly. Libra sparkles. But anyway, Libra, you've been sparkling even more in this person's eye, but this person has undergone some very nice transformations of their own. This person who's watching you. This is a person who comprehends now things they would have overlooked before, things they could not see before, Libra. A reversed King of Wands. I still get reverses. Oh, well. So, reverse King of Wands. Okay. Let's see what else I have here. Okay. Oh, someone's ashamed. They're ashamed. Libra, the person who's watching you is someone who's known to you. And Libra, that person handled you rather roughly. That person probably thought, Libra, at the time they were pretty slick, and now, Libra, they look back and they cringe. But I do feel, Libra, this person has evolved for the better. Will this person approach you? Well, this person definitely is feeling warm towards you. We had Page of Cups in the bottom of the deck energy. Page of Cups. Cringy. Nine of Swords. Two of Wands. Person is replaying everything in their head. Libra. And they're feeling very warm towards you. Someone wants to make amends and come towards you. Libra, the person who's watching you. And this person has done, I'm not going to say bad things, but this person is definitely cringing over what they did. And they see, they're not flattering at all to their eyes. This person, they're looking at themselves, and I would say, I have shamed. This person feels shame at their actions. And now that they see it, Libra, they cannot unsee. I do have Gemini, Sagittarius. I had some other energies there, but I folded them back. The world is a little too broad to put in additional energies here. Trying to even think if I feel the Gemini energy that strongly. More than anything, Libra, what I get, this person is known to you. This person, I do want to say they hurt you. But I also feel in this energy, Libra, with that Three of Cups energy, etc., you've just moved on and you've flourished. You've saw the situation for what it is. You moved on. And Libra, this person has grown. And Libra, this person sees a lot of shamefulness in their actions. Libra, this person had a thicker skin, which I would say if this was not reversed, If this person had a thicker skin, Libra, this person would be communicating with you right now, trying to go and get you to meet with them again, to see them again. But their own knowledge, newfound knowledge of how pathetic they acted, is stopping them from coming in with a lot of swag and attitude. They can't. And they can't even act like they can overlook it because they can't. But this person watches you, Libra. This person still, you shine even more in their eyes, Libra. And this person has not put you into the past tense, Libra. Just know that they're consumed with embarrassment. So that's what I get more than anything. And the final sign is Gemini. Who's watching Gemini? Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, the Empress. Well, you know, Gemini energy to me always appears very vibrant. Always, always, always. And I'm going to say, Gemini, the more time that goes by, the more vibrant you become. Now, Gemini, I don't think the point of connection with the person who's watching you was anything that deep or that close. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not even per se casual. This is just someone who didn't want to give away how interested they were in you, or just interest, not even how interest. They didn't want to give away interest in you. And I also feel like in this energy, Gemini, they could have come closer, perhaps more than a 5-minute conversation, 2-minute conversation, but they didn't choose to act upon that, Gemini. This person could have initiated something with you, initiated a contact point, a relationship, a friendship with you, Gemini, and whether it was insecurity or what have you. I say insecurity, especially with 8 of Swords, which of course is Gemini energy as well, with the Empress. So it's like being outshone, outshone. The sun is so vibrant with the Empress energy be. 8 of Swords, not really sure of how to handle that, or also confident enough to handle that. Could someone present themselves as impressive to you as you are to them? And so this person, basically a missed opportunity at one specific point to get closer. They're hoping to create another opportunity, Gemini. So let's see, hoping to create another opportunity. Page of Pentacles, let's see where this is going. Ten of Wands, Emperor. Definitely a missed opportunity. Things could have been so different, Gemini. That's what someone says. They had a missed opportunity here. Empress and Emperor. Definitely was a magnetism there. However, I'm going to say too, this person didn't feel like they were your counterpart or your equal or on your level when they met you. I don't know if there's something here too in the energy that's a bit inflated. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 7 of Cups with an Empress. You know, this energy is just trying a bit too hard to measure up. That's the energy that I have here, Gemini, when that person met you. As that person has been seeing you, maybe too, Gemini, person has been watching you to make you appear more human. But Gemini, someone had a missed opportunity with you. That person does know your name. I feel they don't know much more about you other than what they can glean together about you. If this person does see you, Gemini, it's very sporadic. Is it random? I don't know so much if it's random, but I do feel like logistics plays a factor. Maybe their schedule is too busy. Maybe your schedule is too busy. It leads them to find other avenues. And this person is watching you, Gemini. But they're watching you without any mutual friends. I feel this person does know your name. This person could have had a chance to initiate something more past a one meeting, but they didn't. They weren't able to. Could have been confidence, could have been other circumstances, but either way, I feel too, Gemini, if this person would appear again, it's not like they closed the chapter with you in an insulting way. In other words, I feel like if this person spoke to you again, Gemini, you would be receptive to them. You would be friendly to them. Would you remember them? I don't know if you would remember them, but Gemini, there would be still an attraction there. There would be an affinity there. Maybe attraction is the wrong word. There'd be an affinity with this person. And this person, I feel, didn't burn any bridges, just didn't muster up courage to pursue what they could have pursued. And this person who's watching you, Gemini, they're aware of that. They're waiting for an opportunity to recoup that, Gemini, but will they be able to? So in the meantime, Gemini, they're slowly finding out information about you. The missed opportunity that they can't look away from. All right, those are my messages for all the 12 zodiacs. Thank you so much, everyone, for the likes. If anyone would like to send a little love my way, donation details are in the description. Maybe I'll be back with another reading. I don't know. But I'm going to take a little break. Some of those energies were a little intense. Anyway, until next time, everybody, thank you for your time. Bye-bye.